Hello everyone, I am Erika of the storytellingjeweler.com and you are watching our usual weekly No One Has to Bead Alone. And this is a special occasion because this week we are celebrating International Beading Week. So who's with me and who's happy and who is celebrating? Or how did you celebrate International Beading Week? Did you take part in any kind of activities? How did it go for you so far? Hello, ladies. Welcome, Maria, Petra, Sarah, Donna. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello, honey. Okay, Donna says that she can hear me and see me fine. Good news. Liv. Hello, everyone. Kimberly, Joyce, Sherry. Hello, ladies. So I hope that all is well with you. I hope that you are all prepared for today's beading session. Teresa, Miriam, Ingrid, Frida, Connie joined. She says, yes, I joined Jump Power in the secret bead along. Sarah just went for a walk in the wood and got home. Cheryl, hello. Cheryl says, I have 3 projects on the go. I did Kat Thomas's Pride Flower workshop, seeing and hearing fine. Thank you. Joyce says, good morning. I got up for you. Good morning, Joyce. I hope you also have a coffee now, so to like keep you awake. Annalene, hello. Alice, Elena. Elena says, hi everyone. Happy beading weekend. Good Petra. Thank you, Petra. They were actually a gift from a friend and I really like them. Long suta feelings. Aniko. Miriam also joined Jump Power's Secret Bead Along and the Zoom workshop with Kat Thomas. Zuzi, she says, hi Erika and everyone. Just wanted to greet you all. Can't bead with you, we'll catch up later. Have fun beading. Thank you very much, Zuzi, and have a nice weekend. Lynn says, I have been doing a different project each day for International Beading Week. Best week ever. I couldn't agree more. Kata, hello. She says, I am doing extreme strong coffee as I was about to fall asleep. I hope the caffeine kicks in very soon. Ingrid Frida, she took a break from cleaning and washing. I'm only encouraging that. Deb, hello. Happy to be here with all of you today, 3,000 miles from home, helping son pack up to move, but taking a break today to be with all of you, and we'll make bracelet when I return home. All the best with the moving, Deb. And all the best to your son in his new home. Teresa, Katie, I saw all the contestants' entries, and I would like to say that all the ladies did a fabulous job with beautiful entries. Absolutely. It's wonderful to see, and there are more jewels coming still today after the broadcast, so stay tuned. And what I would like to point out, that besides doing fabulous work with your competition entries, I would like to point out how nice I find it that you take the time to go through all the entries. I see many of you commenting to each other, giving compliments, liking, loving, sharing. And that's wonderful, because that's the best part. This is like, you know, all of you, you've worked so hard since the beginning of the year. We worked on many, many, many projects. We used components in new ways. We got to know new styles. And this competition, it is a showcase of everything what you have been doing. And of course, there are prizes, and it will be nice to see that who will win the prizes. But also, a very important aspect of this whole competition is to show off your works and to shine and to like just enjoy it and like take a step back and wow, we have done this and together. So thank you so much for all the positivity, and please go on and comment and share and yeah, like each other and give compliments, because yeah, those just feel so good for everyone. And yeah, the entries are beautiful. Reinhilde, hello, Joanna. So, as said before, this week is International Beading Week, and for those of us who maybe haven't heard of International Beading Week yet, I just want to quickly do a recap. It was started by the Beadworkers Guild, and the Beadworkers Guild is an organization working on a voluntary basis, by the way, from the UK. And their main goal is to like spread the word about beadwork and how great it is to be a member of the beading community, and to, of course, advance the art form, keep beaders together. I'm sorry. Keep beadworkers together. So make sure to check out the website of the Beadworkers Guild. And you can also become a member of the Beadworkers Guild. I am one. I am also actually the first permanent ambassador of International Beading Week. And as a member, one of the nice things what you receive is the journal of the Beadworkers Guild. My newest issue is still somewhere on the way because, as you know, shipping services work, well, less than stellar these days. So this is the Christmas issue. And what I love about it, that there are always artist profiles in it. So I can get to know my colleagues, the fellow designers, even better. And sometimes a year or two ago, there was actually an issue where the embroiderer who was working for the Game of Thrones series, she had an artist profile in the journal. So yeah, that's just one thing you are getting when you sign up and you become a member. So yeah, check it out. And in the meanwhile, Janice joined us. Hello, Janice. Martina says, hi, everybody, and congratulations to all the contestants who made some fabulous jewelry. Corinna says, hi, you look amazing today. You're so sweet, Corinna. You know, like, today was the day when, like, just about an hour before the broadcast, my phone rang at the same time. WhatsApp rang at the same time. I was chatting and everything just was a bit chaotic. So yes, I am wearing yoga pants. I just put on my fancy t-shirt and my fancy earrings. But yeah, so it was just one of those days when you plan it ahead and like things just happen and everything is like pushed forward. And yeah, I brewed my coffee last minute. And Elena, she says, what could be more inspiring to all of us as looking to the brilliant ideas of others and beautiful designs? All works are stunning. Thank you so much, Elena. And thank you so much for commenting some on the entries. It was wonderful to see. Anita. She says, hello everyone, I'm not at home, but I can watch the broadcast. Alžběta, Hilly. And Hilly says, really hope we can see each other next year in Amsterdam again. Absolutely, my words. For 2 years before 2020, we always meet for International Beading Week in person in Amsterdam. And Hilly is one of the beaders who joined both times. And it's just so nice. I actually prepared some pictures from the previous weeks, so you can see. And Miriam says, those British ladies from the Beadworkers Guild are fabulous. I am a member as well. Hello, fellow member. And by the way, it's a British organization, but it is open to everyone all around the world. Lynn says, I joined this week and my shipment is already on the way. Can't wait to get my journal and membership. Going International Beading Week Zoom sessions, meeting beaders from all over the world. And hello, Eleanor. Yeah. So if you check back, by the way, last coffee time with Erika from this past Tuesday, then you will also find that I had a special guest, Sylvia, who is one of the trustees of the guild, and she is the event organizer in the guild. So she is like the person responsible for the beading week. So watch back at the interview, find it between the videos on the page, and say hello to Sylvia. And still, if you go to the Beadworkers Guild page and to the page of the Beading Week, of course, then you can still find activities for the weekend. And Katie, hello. And Sharon. Hello, ladies. And one of the activities, what is still waiting for us today, during this weekend, that I will tomorrow announce the winners of our competition. I'm looking for the picture actually, just a sec. Yeah, so the jury is still working hard, and by tomorrow, 7 o'clock evening, my time, I will have the results summarized, and I will announce them during a live video. By the way, make sure to check out the pages of the jury who are volunteering, jury members are volunteering their time to judge your competition pieces. So make sure to check out the websites of Helena Tanglim and Kathy Dean and Sharon Susan Sassoon and Cora Sparidans and Anna Lindell. They are all working hard and doing it like very seriously. So especially Kathy has even an International Beading Week activity, so a very nice treasure hunt. So it's really worth to check it out. And of course, I would like to mention our sponsors. Our main sponsor is Matubo from the Czech Republic, and they are the creators of the gem duo beads, for example, what you can use in the matching star Anise pendant if you want to make a matching piece for today's bracelet. They also created the ginkgo beads and super duo. So yeah, I love them actually. And between our sponsors, you can also find Bead and Button and Bead and Jewelry magazine. So if you have the time and leave them a comment, I'm sure they will be super happy to know that you are part of this. And Kata says, poor jury, not an easy job. That's so true. I'm so happy that 5 of my bead designer friends volunteered to do the jury duty, because I wouldn't want to do that. Like love the whole process of the competition, but I just would not be able to make decisions at this time. And Cheryl says, I've got so many patterns from Katie the last week with the treasure hunt. Petra says, I'm glad I'm not a jury member. All entries are so beautiful, hard to choose. And Joanna says, you have a wonderful panel of judges. From viewing the pieces, it has been a tough job selecting winners. So true. So true. And I would also like to mention the BD Heptathlon, which I set up for International Beading Week 2. So for 7 days, I'm asking you a question or challenging you every day with a little task. So today's task is still coming for after the broadcast. And we are getting very close to actually beading, but I wanted to mention that the Star Anise bracelet, which we are beading today, it also has the matching pendant, which you can also download from my website. And I wanted to show you how does it look like. This was the original colorway, and then these were some alternate color combinations, which I beaded later. So you can go like many ways with the Star Anise pendant. It can be elegant, it can be fun, it can be crazy. And these are Star Anise pendants beaded during International Beading Week 2 years ago when we were meeting here in Amsterdam during the meeting what Hilly mentioned. And they are all a bit different and all beautiful. By the way, I wanted to show some pictures from the years before. So this was from last year. Not the whole group, but most of us. So you can see like there was about like 30 of us, if I remember well, right, Hilly? Anita was also here. And it was a really, really fun day. I liked it a lot. And Connie and many, oh yeah, and Diane and many of the beaders who are beading with us during No One Has to Bead Alone. So just put it in a comment if you see yourself on the picture actually. Ellen is there, Monique. So yeah, put it in a comment if you see yourself on the picture. And by the way, Vanya, hello. This is also from International Beading Week. This is how I was waiting for the participants with some yummy hummus and brownies, of course, and fruit. And yeah, Anita says, I'm third from the right. I will put back the picture. And Healy says, it was absolutely great. Meet Connie for the first time and we really connected. Connie says, and I see myself. Yeah, and besides the Star Anise, last year there was also another pattern uploaded, which you can access at the storytellingjeweler.com, which I designed for International Beading Week. That was for 2019. It's still available. So if you head over there and you find the tutorials, then you can download the tutorial for the earrings and the matching bracelet. So this is it. And actually later I beaded also a matching pendant. So that's something what you can also bead. And Karina, yeah, and Natasha, for example, and Monique, and Anse, oh my god, and Klazina, Ellen, Margaret, oh my god, it is a really good company. By the way, mentioning the gemstone rose set, I just wanted to show you what I realized after finishing it, that maybe unconsciously, where did the color combination come from? Because there are different sources of inspiration, nature and art and flowers and whatever. And when I finished the set, then I had a feeling that the color combination for my gemstone rose set, it might have been unintentionally inspired by my coffee machine and microwave and my coffee mug. Of course. You never know. And this is, and you can also go a very different way if you change the colors. This is another color combination I beaded later. So head over, if you like it, head over to my site and you can download the pattern for the bracelet and the earring in one. And then additionally, there is also the pendant available. So, I think... oh, and Hilly says the Netherlands, because the flag has the same colors. That's so true, actually. Yeah. Oh, Miriam says, your inspiration is very beader-like, sitting at home and drinking coffee. I have a feeling that these days I should also get inspired by the colors of my yoga pants. They are kind of peach orange color. Who knows what's coming next? So, are we ready for today's lesson? For the Star Anise bracelet? I hope so. So, oh, Vanya, gemstone rose. I will type it in. You have it in a comment. And let's get back to the Star Anise, Anise bracelet. So let's do a quick checkup if we have everything, what we need for it. Let me find the material list. And let's do the check with me, okay? So, you will need quarter TILA beads. You will need 3mm fire polished beads. You will need 2mm round beads. You will need MIYUKI round beads, size 15, in 1 or 2 colors, that's up to you. You will need MIYUKI DELICA 11s, and then depending on how do you want to finish it, because like the original for this motif, the intention was to bead it into a bracelet, and in that case, of course, you need a clasp, but my bracelet is finished already, so today I am beading earrings, so in that case, that's also possible. Connie actually beaded a pair of earrings already, and I am also going to bead earrings today. And Connie says, I thought you gave this to make during the bicycle week. That was the intention. But then I saw only one finished bracelet, yours. So I thought that I have to bring it back, and I would love to see the finished bracelets. So that's why I decided that today we can bead it together. I hope you ladies don't mind. That also actually gives me a little bit more time to prepare for the next weeks. So we'll in fact bead something else today. Just wanted to be with you all. That's so sweet. And shall we start? I hope you are ready. Let me know in a comment. I will put the first illustration on screen. Petra says, Honey did her homework. Nobody else did. Nope, no worries. No, this was for bicycle week, my bicycle holiday week. But then you were the only one who showed some progress. So I was like, what kind of teacher would I be if I didn't get back to it, if I just let it go? So, Miriam ready, Cheryl ready, Reinhild ready, Erika ready. So let's get started. And as always, you need FIRELINE number 12, or for US folks, 4LB. And my favorite is a tulip beading needle. I think I am using now a size 11. Never 100% sure because I tend to mix them up. But those are my go-to sizes, 10, 11, and I keep a 12 on hand in case I need to switch to a thinner needle. And Teresa actually says, I already beaded the earrings, pendant, and necklace. I will do a ring. And that's wonderful. And Sherry is working on last week's bracelet. Oh yeah, Cheryl has a good excuse. She says, I was working on the competition during your holiday. It's a good excuse. So let's get started. I will start with a shorter thread because I am beading only one motif for the earrings, but I encourage you to start with a comfortable length of thread, and anyway you will need to add more, so don't go too long. I will leave about 10-12 centimeters, 5-6 inches of a tail, which I will secure later. If you are beading a bracelet, then you can leave a bit more, and then when you are finished with the bracelet, you can actually get back to it and attach the clasp with it. Or you can add a small, shorter piece of thread and attach the clasp with a separate thread. That's also a very nice way of working, because then if you want to change the clasp, then it is easier to just cut it away and just put on another clasp. So let's start. I will start with picking up a number 15 seed bead, a number 11 DELICA, a 3mm fire polished bead, another number 15 seed bead, number 11 DELICA, a 3. I managed to like shoot the DELICA somewhere. Yeah, so DELICA, 3mm fire polished bead, DELICA, seed bead size 15, 3mm fire polished bead, one more DELICA, and then I bead through the first number 15 bead again. So I join all the beads into like kind of circle, kind of a triangle, if we take into account that there are 3 fire polished beads in it. And when I have this, okay, I put number 2, illustration number 2 on the screen. When I have this, then I bead through the DELICA, the fire polished bead, and the number 15 seed bead. Now I will pick up a number 15 seed bead, a DELICA bead, a fire polished bead, and a quarter TILA bead. When I have all of this, I turn to the opposite direction by beading through the open hole of the quarter TILA bead. And then I pick up 3 more quarter TILA beads. And I turn again by beading through the open hole of this last quarter TILA bead. And I see you talking about some injury. I didn't look at the comments. Oh, Teresa says, I have an injury to my right hand and I am not beading. I'm so sorry, Teresa. I hope that your hand heals quickly and you can join us again and work with us. So, Vanya, I talked about stuff, but I will return it at the end of the return to it at the end of the broadcast for a short while. So don't worry if you missed the beginning. So after I beaded through the open hole of the 4th quarter TILA bead, then I pick up a fire polished bead, a DELICA bead, and a number 15 seed bead. And when I finished picking up the new beads, then I bead through number 15, fire polished bead, and DELICA bead back towards that first number 15 that I picked up right at the beginning. Okay, I managed to create some messy stuff here. I have like, oh wow, what's happening? What's happening? All my beads are in a big knot. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. I have it. Then, third one. So now I will skip the number 15, which is at the bottom, and I will bead up through all the beads on the left side of the motif. So DELICA fire polished 2 number 15s, DELICA fire polished quarter TILA. In this step, I am not picking up any new beads, just fixing the quarter TILAs through the open holes. So now, in the same style as before, I bead through the first holes of the quarter TILA beads, and then I bead back through the second hole of the last quarter TILA. I go through the fire polished bead, and then I bead through the open hole of the quarter TILA of the left side, on the left side. I bead through a fire polished, the one in the middle, then quarter TILA, which still has an open hole, it's now the only one, and then the fire polished on the left hand side. And I continue through the first hole of the first quarter TILA, the bottom hole. I know this is actually like a tricky part But when you get through this third step, then it will be so much like sturdier, and the whole motif, it's like a very quick success, because like it looks like, oh my god, like nearly half of the motif is already done. Teresa says, now I have to go to rehabilitation, but I will watch when I come back. Take care of yourself, Teresa, and hope to have you back with your beads too as soon as possible. Alice is asking if I am reinforcing. Actually, I'm not. I'm not reinforcing in this motif. Cheryl says, I am having fun. I dropped my beads. Now have a knot. I will catch up. That sometimes happens when it's just everything seems to go wrong. But like, step back, sip of coffee, calm down, start anew. That's how we do it, right? And I will hide picture number 1 now. And I will put on screen the 4th one already. I hope you like this motif, ladies. I'm pretty much in love with it because it goes so fast. So, I'm exiting the quarter TILA, and now I will pick up 5 pieces of 3mm fire polished beads and 4 pieces of quarter TILA beads, while I am alternating between the 2 types, starting and finishing with a fire polished bead. So it goes like fire polished, quarter TILA, fire polished, quarter TILA, fire polished, quarter TILA, fire polished, quarter TILA, and another fire polished. 5 fire polished beads, 4 quarter TILA beads. And now, to join the new beads to the other side of the motif, first I will bead down through the outside hole of the quarter TILA, which is closest to the right side of the motif. And then I will bead up through the same quarter TILA, but the other hole. So I'm doing like a half circle and then another half circle, but a smaller one. And I will join the open holes of the first quarter, the 4 quarter TILA beads, but here I will put first a 2mm round bead, so I'm exiting the inside hole of the quarter TILA on the right side. I picked up a 2mm round bead. Now I bead through all the open holes of the new quarter TILA beads. I pick up another 2mm round bead and I bead through the inside hole of the quarter TILA on the left hand side. Ladies, I really like my colors today. As I said, like, today ended up being pretty chaotic, and I prepared my beads like 5 minutes before the broadcast, but I'm very happy. I will try to show you. Here they are, like turquoise and purple and gold and matte bronze. I'm really happy with them today. And I think that I will actually hang a tassel at the bottom. Like, why not? By the way, if you visit the page, thestorytellingtutorials.com, and you find the category for the tassels, you will find there's something new. Extra long tassels. And after I finish uploading the cuff chains, I will also re-upload the new stock of tassels, because we just got lots of 6 centimeter ones. So there is a lot looking forward to in August. So I picked up all my new beads and I joined them. How are you doing, ladies? Miriam also likes the idea with the tassel. I really like the idea of Connie with putting a rivoli, a bezeled rivoli on top of the motif, so that's also very nice. And Teresa actually beaded the whole set already, and she put a gem duo bead in the middle of the motif to make it more similar to the pendant. And I want to congratulate on that idea. That was a really, really, really nice way of like pulling together the whole set into like one whole thing. And thank you very much, Elena. I'm really liking this. And now I just hit number 2 and I put on screen number 5. And now what I am doing is that I fill in number 15 MIYUKI seed beads between the inside holes of the quarter TILA beads. So I fill in 3 number 15s, then I just bead through the 2 millimeter round bead, and then again I fill in 3 number 15s, and when I reach the last quarter TILA bead, then first I bead down through the inside hole and then I bead up through the outside hole. Ula is already with the second motif, of course. By the way, Niti, are you here with us? I haven't seen you yet. Niti came to my mind. She's also always like a very effective beader. And I'm pretty sure that Kata also has at least... Oh, Kata, you beaded already the bracelet, actually, in very nice colors. A lot of beaders admired it in the group too. What are you working on? A second color combination of something else? So I turn up through the outside hole of the quarter TILA. Oh, I'm really liking my motif. And you know what? These will be finally new jewels for myself. I actually plan to wear them, and I think with a tassel they will be like really nice for summer until it lasts. So Kata says, yes, but I am doing a bracelet or 2 matching my pendants. Yes, Kata has already Star Anise pendants, so creating a set is nice. And now I hide picture number 3 and I put on screen number 6. And first I bead up through a fire polished bead. Then I'm like mirroring the bottom of the pendant actually. So then I pick up DELICA, number 15, and DELICA. Then I bead through the fire polished bead at the top middle. And then again, MIYUKI, number 15, MIYUKI. Oh, no, DELICA, all of them are MIYUKI beads. And then I bead down through fire polished, quarter TILA, fire polished, and all around along the edge until I reach the first group of beads I added in this step. And when I reached them, then I will bead through the first DELICA and a number 15. Kimberly is asking, are those 2mm beads added in step 4 and 5? I added them in step 4, and in 5 I just went through one of them. Now, sorry, I understand the question. I'm sorry. So in number 4, step number 4, I added 2mm round beads, and in step number 5, I added number 15 seed beads. Teresa says, there is another term for liking symmetry, but I won't type it here. Very mysterious. Sarah says, I'm not even beading yet. I eat ice cream. What kind of ice cream are you having, Sarah? Recently, a new ice cream shop nearby opened, an Italian one, like, you know, like the real gelato, when you have like, not the balls, but like really like scooped on top of the corn chip, of the, sorry, people, how do we call the thing for ice cream? Core? No. Okay, now I have a brain freeze and it is bothering me. Can someone tell me the English word for the thing where you get the ice cream cone? Thank you, Petra. Thank you. So these days, well, during the past 24 hours, I got to speak Hungarian, Slovak, English, Dutch, and the very basic Spanish I have. So now, like, some words are just falling out of my head, or yeah, the very, very hot what Hilly is mentioning is maybe does maybe have an effect on me. Cone. It's just cone. Yeah. I know, it's a simple word. It's just, you know, when I go to the ice cream shop here, then I always use the Dutch word. When we talk about ice cream with Adam, then we use the Hungarian word. So, yeah. The English one, it skipped my mind. But thank you so much. This is also a language lesson. Elena says it's cornetto in Italian. Vanya asks, do you have Rita's ice cream there? I did not notice that. I don't believe so. Ooh, Doreen says, my favorite is toasted almond. Now I'm craving for ice cream. Me too, actually, and they are open until 10 p.m. in the evening, so I can still go after the broadcast if I want to. They started having like daily specials. And this week when I visited them, I went for a walk with a friend. Oh, no, past week. When I went for a walk with a friend, then the daily specials were vegan almond and bounty, which is like chocolate and coconut, and yogurt with forest fruit. And I tasted the almond and it was amazing. It was absolutely great. Healy, fellow Amsterdammer, do you know Massimo's Gelato? They had the first shop in the Pipe, and now they opened one in West, near Foot Hallen, and I think they are great. Vanessa says, mine is butter pecan. Do you have that flavor in Europe? I haven't had that actually, but it sounds really good. I love pecan nuts, so I think that would be something what I would really enjoy. Ula says, I also like salt licorice. Hi, Sarah Lilia. Sorry, people. Salt licorice is something what is like for outsiders who are like not Swedish, not Dutch, or not Danish. For us, it's like the ultimate evil. Ask Katalin. And he says, yes, of course, they are the greatest. I used to like 𝐻𝐈𝐄𝐒 very much, but Massimo is better, I think. So what are your favorite flavors, if you haven't shared it yet? And in the meanwhile, I will hide step number 4. And I will put on screen step number 7. Oh, and Vanessa says, butter pecan has maple syrup, which gives a wonderful creamy taste. Oh, wow. That sounds really, really intriguing. 𝐌𝐀𝐊, she likes salted caramel. I like that too, a lot. In everything, salted caramel chocolate, salted caramel gelato, whatever. If every once in a while I am in a mood for a flavored coffee, which doesn't really happen because for me coffee is espresso or filter coffee these days, then I go for caramel actually. Even better if there is salted caramel. Joyce says, butter pecan or anything with chunk chocolate and lots of nuts. And yeah, Kata says, licorice is my no-go zone. Teresa says, spumoni. Please explain. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. Ooh, Alice likes chocolate walnut. Elena likes pistache and stracciatella with dark chocolate. Sherry likes anything with chocolate. Katalin says, Ben and Jerry's have the butter pecan, I think, here in Sweden. Oh, then I have a chance to check it out because we also have Ben and Jerry's, of course. Joyce also likes salted caramel. Sharon likes Ben and Jerry's Chunky Monkey banana ice cream with nuts. Ingrid Frida, blackcurrant, lemon, and salted licorice. He is working on a pendant, by the way, with an L2 cab. Sherry's getting a craving for ice cream. Me too. Beverly likes chocolate mint chip. Sarah likes Rocky Road is my #1 chocolate ice cream, pecan, salted caramel sauce, marshmallows. Doreen, hello Doreen. In the Northeast USA, the favorites are maple walnut or black raspberry. Coffee ice cream. Strawberry and chocolate for Deb. Vanilla Ben & Jerry chocolate super chunk. Chunky monkey. Mocha ice cream. By the way, like back to linguistics a little bit. A couple of years ago, I had a funny discovery when shopping for ice cream. Hilly will laugh about it. As a fellow, someone who speaks Dutch and actually a real Dutchie, not like me, a fake imported one. So one of my favorite ice creams, which I buy when I buy ice cream in a shop, so I have ice cream in the freezer, is the pistache from Albert Heijn. And the Dutch name of it is like 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐓, I think. 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐓. And a couple of years ago, I totally thought that it means 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐲, pistache 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐲, that it's made from the milk of sheep. And I thought like, wow, this is so interesting. And I was telling everyone, 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐲. I was telling everyone that, oh, my favorite ice cream is this pistache. Petra, Petra will also understand this. Is like pistache with the milk of sheep. And then when I finally checked it at Google Translate, then I discovered that 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐲 means scoop ice, that you have to scoop it out, and it has nothing to do with sheep. Living in a foreign country and in a foreign language environment, it has its funny moments, definitely. But yeah, I love it. I'm really glad that I never went into a shop where I would have to like ask for something, and then I would ask for like, the pistache ice cream with sheep milk. Yes, 𝐋𝐈𝐒𝐲. You see how close it is? Can you blame me? And we have explanation from Teresa for spumoni. I love learning about ice cream. I hope you share this with me, this affection. Learning about ice cream. Spumone is usually pistachio and 2 other flavors. It has to have some kind of nuts and candied fruit. Oh, wow. Oh. Teresa says, spumone is foam in Italian. By the way, back when I was like 10 years old, I started to learn Italian, but all I remember is aiuto la mamma. I help my mom. So Elena says, Elena also lives here in the Netherlands. Now it will always be for me sheep ice for all my life. Sorry for ruining it. And Sharia wants spumone. I think we can safely say that everyone wants spumone at this point, or sheep ice. And Kata says, I am only familiar with spumante. I think there is a lot for me to discover about ice cream still. I have never heard of spumante. Please tell me more. Sharon says, I really admire you for all the languages you are able to speak. Some of them I fake. And some of them I read, but yeah, thank you so much. But like, I learned a lot of languages, but many of them remain like still not complete. So I have a long way to go, but I love it. I love living in a multilingual environment. I think it really affected me also as a person. Like, I don't know, like, for example, when I moved to the Czech Republic, I hope you guys don't mind me talking so much, by the way. When I moved to the Czech Republic, then I wanted to learn to speak Czech. And it is very similar to Slovak, which is my second language, actually. I was born in Slovakia, being Hungarian, but I was born in Slovakia. And most of the people who speak Slovak, they stick to Slovak, even if they are in the Czech Republic, because we just understand each other with Czechs. But I wanted to start speaking Czech, and it didn't go well. And one of my friends, she told me, like, you know what, like, stop forcing it, like, start speaking when you can, because it's just, sorry, a bit embarrassing. But like, how can I learn if I am not allowed to make the mistakes? I will not just magically one day wake up and speak Czech or any other languages or do anything perfectly. It's like trying, making mistakes, of course, like trying to avoid as many mistakes as possible, but we are human, and that goes so nicely about languages, I think. So yeah, I think it forms, like, living in a multilingual environment basically all my life, it really shaped me as a person, because I had to accept that that I am making mistakes. Also at university, I just went to university in Slovak language. Until that point, I was speaking Hungarian all the time. We had some Slovak lessons in school, but they didn't work so well. So it was a very hard time, and I had to accept it. And yes, it was in a way limiting, but I tried to make the most of the situation. Oh, Hilly has a very interesting question. She is asking, Erika Shander, in what languages do you dream? Thanks for asking. Like, most of the time I dream in Hungarian, because that's my mother's tongue. But I also, there was a click at a moment not so long ago when I started to dream in all kinds of languages. So sometimes in English, sometimes in Slovak, sometimes in Dutch, actually. So it's mixed. Yeah, Teresa says, but Magyar and Czech is so different. That's so true. But Magyar, Hungarian is my first language, and Slovak is my second. So that's why I could, like, kind of, yeah, that's why I understand Czech. But I still need to, like, learn the exact grammar. And Vania says, I dream in English, but count in Portuguese. Actually counting, even if I talk in Dutch to someone, very often I count in Hungarian, in my head. And Vania is asking, what was your degree in university? I did a master's, and I have a master's degree from Hungarian language and linguistics, and also aesthetics, which is the history and philosophy of art. Very beautiful fields, which are not so useful. But I loved them. I really loved them. Thank you for listening to me. Oh, by the way, Elena solved the mystery of spumante ice cream. It is champagne. Oh, wow. Oh, no, it's not ice cream. It's champagne. Sorry about the confusion. Kata. She also lives in a very multilingual environment in Sweden, but using, I know that you use English also a lot, of course. And she says, the only thing I cannot do in counting, not do is counting in another language than Hungarian. By the way, I also used to learn Turkish during university because for a year or two, I actually wanted to be a linguist specializing in the history of the Hungarian language. It was like totally my passion that time. And Hungarians lived very close to Turkish people for a long while. So the two languages had a big impact on each other. And that's why I thought like Turkish will be so useful. I don't really remember anything. I can count until 10 and I can like, hello, I am Erika, whatever. And recently I went to a new market in Amsterdam in a neighborhood where a lot of Turkish people live. And then to Bos and Lommermarkt. Ili and fellow Dutchies will know it. So I went to Bos and Lommermarkt, and then even the shouting of the prices between the sellers, it was like €1, €2. So then it was very useful. Not everything was written on the little signs. So then I was listening if I can understand something, and that was so funny. I can like merhaba arkadaşlar and some very basic stuff. Yeah, and we have a fellow beader here with Turkish origins. Mektab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I don't remember 10. And Vanya says, I wanted to do art history, and that is how I found you, through your history of jewelry. I remember, like, that's how we started to talk about the Rembrandt necklace, which you beautifully beaded for the competition. And Vanya says, but my degree is in information technology, but don't be impressed, it was a degree that is very useless. I don't believe that. He says, then you can get things cheaper than not Turkish-speaking Dutch people. You know what, Hilly? The prices at Bos and Lommermarkt were so low compared to, for example, Ten Markt, where I usually go, that like I wouldn't want to bargain there. Like €1 for, oh, I remember I bought 5 avocados for €1 without bargaining. Kata says, you will get a high discount next time there. I'm not asking for discounts, but for example, sometimes we have a lot of like Turkish or Moroccan and other kinds of shops in the neighborhood. And one of my favorite ones is a Turkish supermarket. And when I go there, then I am greeting in Turkish. I am saying thank you in Turkish. And sometimes it happens like, of course, then the sellers are happy and smile at me, and that's like enough of an extra for me. I don't go for the bargain. That smile when they like that I greet them in Turkish, that's enough for me. But for example, in this shop, it happened that I asked if they still have like bread, the special bread to go with hummus. And the man, he told me like, no, I don't have, but wait for it. I actually bought it for myself. And he brought me as a gift, he bought for himself like 2 or 3 pieces. And it was in the back with his bag and everything. And he gave me one as a gift. And yeah, those moments, that's the best I get. I love it here. And Elena says, I understand you so much. I have a messy mind now because of the languages I needed to learn while moving from country to country. Should it be now called Ital-Dutch English? Which countries did you live in, by the way, Elena? Hilly says, it is the neighborhood. Bossanlomer is a more poor area. Indeed. Indeed, like West, where I live, it's like, it also used to be like a bit less, as I know, like 20 years ago, but it's a very upcoming and now very stylish neighborhood. But Bossanlomer it still has a long way to go. Hello, Monica. I'm glad you joined us. By the way, tell me, what kind of languages do you speak? Like, let's put everything together. Let's put all the languages in a comment what you speak. And I bet that we can cover the whole world with all the languages what people, readers who are here, speak. So, I'm waiting for it. And of course, if we start with yes, Monica says Swedish, of course. And we have lots of Swedish readers here. Sharon says, when all these restrictions are over and it's safe to travel again, I would very much like to visit the Netherlands. It looks like a very beautiful country. It is, like, believe me, Sharon, like, even when I go out, but Amsterdam is like really the place in my heart where I feel like, oh my God, I'm at home. But even when I go out to the countryside, I back and like, then I see the windmills, you know, still like the traditional style windmills, not the modern ones, and then cows and canals, and it's beautiful. And it would be wonderful if you could come and we could organize a meeting with the readers here, and that would be really nice. And I am getting answers for the languages. Petra, Dutch, English, German, a bit of French. Elena says, I was born in Belarus, then moved to Italy, then to France and the Netherlands right now. Deb has English. Susan has, hello Susan. Susan is one of our jury members, so say big thank you to her and hi to her. Susan speaks English and Hebrew. Alice has a second language as French. Sharon's high school Spanish. Oh, Joyce says English, but I can say I love you in a few. And that's so important. There is like knowing enough, like that you are, when you are there, then you can like find your way. Cheryl has German. And swear words and how to order food and drink. If you want to learn some like interesting swear words, look into Hungarian. I can promise you, you will find very interesting ones. Also in Dutch, by the way. Sherry, a little French and sign language. Wow. Miriam, I speak Swiss German dialect. German. Alberta knows Latin. Then Sarah, Swedish, English, and German. Vania, Portuguese, English, Spanish, and she understands Italian. Joanna has English and French. Elena, Russian, Belarusian, English, Italian, Dutch, a little bit of French, and Polish. You're amazing. Martina, Spanish, French, Dutch, German, English, and a little Italian. People, you're so good. Donna, English and a bit of Spanish. Hilly says, you can shop next time in Zuidoost. A lot of Surinamese and African people. That's actually an area I need to check out. I don't go there usually, but yeah. And I love Surinamese and Indonesian and all the influence here in the Netherlands, even if it doesn't have a happy history. Aniko, Hungarian, English, a little German, and a little Russian. Kata, she has Hungarian, Swedish, English, a bit of French, and German. Some understanding of Spanish, Italian, and still can read Russian without having a clue about what's going on. Corina, English, French, Hungarian, Romanian, Hebrew, some German, and some Italian. Corina, wow. Annelien, Dutch, Flemish, English, Portuguese, French, and a bit of German. By the way, there is like, when I'm in Amsterdam or nearby, then my Dutch is good enough, I think. Like, I made a speech in Dutch when we had the International Beading Week last week. But when I go to the south, then I'm like, first time I was like comfortable, like, yeah, people, I can understand you. I will be able to understand you. But then the dialect is so different that I'm just like, oh my God, I need to learn it like a new language completely. And Reinhilde says, Dutch, English, and a bit of French. Joyce says, when I went to Germany, I said, ich liebe dich is all I know, and everyone laughed. Of course! And Cheryl says, I recently did try to speak French on a French beading group I'm in, and did okay. That's amazing. And Joanna says, hello, Susan. Thank you for being a judge for the contest. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Susan. So ladies, when we finish beading here, then make sure to check out also Susan's website. She has very, very pretty things there. And Petra says, Susan has a tough job as a member of the jury. And Sherry says, hi, Susan. Thank you for your work. Cheryl is downloading Hungarian and Dutch in Duolingo. Did the swear words make the motivation to learn Hungarian and Dutch? There is actually a Wikipedia article about Dutch swearing words. Believe me or not. There are like different groups of like swearing based on body parts, swearing based on illnesses, swearing based on professions, and like all kinds of combinations. It's really actually a very interesting read. It's in English, so Dutch swear words. Look it up. And Sarah she says, Danish, of course, too, my neighbor. Kata says, hi, Susan. Thank you for spending time with judging our creations. Vanya says, Susan, Toda, did I get that right? Sherry says, wow, so many amazing languages. I think we can say that we covered a very, very big part of the world. If our Kalpana would be with us, I bet she would cover some of India. So that would be another big part. Kata says, guess I managed to understand Norwegian and Danish if I am forced. Joyce says, I studied Latin 2 years in high school and it helps with lots of languages, plus a year of French, but several teachers. Can't remember much. Cheryl understands Latin used in UK law. Sharon says, I think Europeans learn more languages because many times when you move, it's to another country. Here in the US, we can move 2,500 miles across country and still be in the US speaking English, so no need to learn another language. That's so true. And also, like, when we go abroad, how do we talk? In English, of course. So for folks coming from the States or from the UK, it's so comfortable. Just go anywhere in the world, and the biggest chance, like with English, you will understand the local people. But yeah, if you start with a language like Hungarian, which is spoken in like tiny place, then you have to learn more languages. And Susan says, it's so much fun to see your beautiful work. I'm honored to be a judge. Thank you so much for doing this for us, Susan. And Annalyn says, the Dutch dialect from Amsterdam or Rotterdam is very difficult to understand. Yeah, for Annalyn, the Flemish is more natural, and for me, it's the opposite way. Hilly says, I'm totally impressed by all the languages spoken. I can only speak Dutch and some English. Feel a little silly now. Not at all, dear Hilly. Like, the level how you Dutch people usually speak English, it's like so impressive. So really, like, kudos to you. Okay, and it seems Vania got the Hebrew right, because Susan says, Beta tov meod. I don't have a clue what does that mean, I'm afraid. I hope I didn't swear right now. Teresa is asking, swearing based on family members, perhaps? I think that's also a category there. And Sharon says, thanks to all the judges. What a difficult task. And Teresa says, Kaplan and I can cover the eastern parts of the world. Indeed. Yeah. Annalyn says, not to speak about Friesland or Limburg or the Achterhoek. Indeed. Connie says, or The Hague. By the way, Connie is from The Hague, so. And Kim says, only English, enough Spanish, and French to be dangerous. Okay, so Miriam says, very good means tov meod. Okay. Okay, and Vania says that toda is thank you in Hebrew. I'm really glad that I didn't swear. Then we might risk that Facebook would ban the broadcast because I swear on screen. Who knows? 20! Yeah, it's so nice, by the way, that the Netherlands, it's a small country, but it still feels like so many different parts, the dialects, and also as I get to know the Netherlands by biking here and there, like if I bike towards the north, then it's more like windmills and cows. And then if I bike towards the south, then around Utrecht, it's like forest, little bit of hills, then like more like agricultural with like cornfields when I was in the south earlier this year. Or yeah, like after, like first it seems like, yeah, it's all like green and beautiful, but there is like so much variation in it actually, but all is beautiful. Joyce says, did I tell you I finished the motif? Thank you. I am slow, but I love it. By the way, I'm still only halfway. We started to talk about languages and swearing and whatever. And what about beading? And Tilly says, for those areas, Randstad resident must also have Dutch subtitles. So true. Randstad are, by the way, like the big cities, the 5 big cities in the Netherlands. By the way, I really enjoy it when I can go to a Flemish movie in the Netherlands, because then I have Dutch subtitles, but it's still like kind of Dutch what is spoken. So then I can really practice my language skills. Okay, now I feel embarrassed. Miriam says, I finished my bracelet. Oh my god. Okay, at least Cheryl says I stopped after step 7 to too interesting chatting. So I think everyone can like, okay, let's finish this. Oh my god. Elena says, Groningen, and I have had one neighbor from Friesland and never could understand what he tells. Oh. And Teresa is mentioning the House of Orange, or Royal Family, tulips, windmills, leaves, long track speed skating, and swimming. Shall we finish at least one motif? Shall I finish? Oh my god, I'm sitting on the needle. So, I'm trying to focus now again. It's very hard. So, I'm exiting a number 15 seed bead at the top of the motif. And now I pick up a number 15, a 3mm fire polished, a DELICA, another 15, DELICA, fire polished, and number 15. And then I bead into number 15, DELICA, fire polished, quarter TILA. And then I make like a U-turn and I bead back where I started. I see in the meanwhile Teresa says that she finished the motif but will not start another one until later. I am now not putting more comments on the screen because I will never finish even one motif if my hand is occupied with the mouse. So, 8th final step. Not the final. But I actually forgot to put on screen the... Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. So, in the last step, what I'm doing, I'm kind of retracing what I have done already, but the difference is that I will skip first the top number 15 and the top number 15, and then after beading through DELICA fire polished number 15, I bead through DELICA fire polished DELICA, which is like in the middle, and then I bead up through number 15 fire polished DELICA and number 15, and this way I completed my motif. And if I would want to make a bracelet, then this top number 15 would become the bottom number 15 of the next motif. So I am actually able to bead the whole bracelet in one go. And I know you people, you beaders love it, that you don't have to secure your thread and start a new one for the next motif. It's like 6, 7, 8 motifs for the bracelet, but you can all do it in one go. And I think that's a great way. So I finished one motif. And I'm not alone. Cheryl also says, I've one motif finished, but I don't like the colors, so we'll be undoing it and starting again, which is just fine. And I love your approach, Cheryl. That's what we are doing all our beading life, experimenting, playing, and then maybe we make a mistake and start anew, but we learned from it. If nothing else, that we learned, then we learned that, oh, these colors don't work together. So I want to thank you for everyone who spent time with me today. This was so much fun. Like, people, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, I will continue now with publishing the entries for the competition. So don't go far away, because after we finish the broadcast, I will put online the last competition entries. And if you want, you can already share your work in progress star Anise bracelets, or your sets, or how far you got in the club to continue. And what I want to say, what is very, very important, that during the next Coffee Time with Erika, we will have a special guest. And our special guest will be Kathy Dean, and we will be talking about her experience joining competitions in the past, and also our storytelling beading contest. So I think this will be a very, very interesting part of Coffee Time with Erika. So make sure to mark it in your agendas. Make sure to mark it in your calendars and tune in. And also tomorrow, 7 o'clock evening my time, you need to calculate it for your time, I will announce the winners of the competition. So I am really, really excited. I don't know yet that how is it going. Our judges are still working hard, and I will summarize everything tomorrow. I can't wait. Like, this is so exciting. And I will still post a question for you to continue the BD heptathlon. And I'm scrolling through the comments to see if somebody has a question. Petra's wishing a lovely weekend. Lovely weekend, everyone. Miriam says, it was so nice being back here with you all. I'm really glad that today you could join us too, dear Miriam. And Sherry says, loved the conversation today. Me too, even if we didn't get far, but it was really nice to get to know each other better. Eleanor also says, I really loved today's session. Thank you and happy beading, everyone. Reinhilde, bye Erika and everyone. I must go now. Thanks for the pleasant afternoon. See you next time. Teresa says, love Kathy's boxes. Tilly says, have a lovely weekend, everyone, and looking forward to next week. Thank you, Erika, for a funny Friday afternoon. By the way, next week we will continue with the Anita set, so we can bead earrings or a pendant. It's up to you. And Vanya is asking, how will it be announced? I will come live, so 7 o'clock evening my time. I will announce the winners tomorrow during a video. It will be a very exciting day, as Sherry says. So, thank you again, dear readers. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy the weekend very much. And happy International Beading Week. Bye-bye.